Analysis Workspace is where analysts turn CJA data into answers. If you have used Adobe Analytics Workspace before, the experience may feel familiar. Projects, panels, tables, visualizations, dimensions, metrics, segments, and date ranges. But in CJA, there is an important dependency. The Workspace project is based on a data view. That data view controls which components are available. So before asking, why can I not find this metric? Ask, is the field in the connection and is it defined correctly in the data view? The best Workspace projects start with a question, not a table. For example, where do customers drop off after starting a quote? That is better than starting with, let me drag in every metric I can find. A good question tells you which data view to use, which date range matters, which events define the journey, and which segments may be needed. Workspace is flexible. That flexibility is useful only when the analyst has a clear question. Panels organize your analysis. Think of a panel as a section of your reasoning. One panel might show the journey overview. Another might compare mobile and desktop. Another might focus on customers who contacted support. Each panel can have tables and visualizations. In CJA, panels are based on a selected data view, and that choice determines the available dimensions and metrics. If the data view is the vocabulary, the panel is the paragraph you write with that vocabulary. The Freeform table is one of the most useful tools in Workspace. It may look simple, but it is where a lot of thinking happens. Put the metric in the table, break it down by a dimension, add a segment, change the date range, compare groups. Before building a beautiful visualization, use a table to make sure the numbers make sense. For the quote example, you might start with quote starts, quote submits, people, and completion rate by device type. That table can quickly show whether mobile behaves differently from desktop. Visualizations help communicate patterns. A line chart can show trend over time. A bar chart can compare channels or segments. A fallout or journey style view can help inspect step completion. A flow style view can help explore what happened before or after a step. The key is to match the visual to the question. Do not use a journey visual just because the word journey is in the product name. Use it when sequence matters. Use a table when precision matters. Use a chart when comparison or trend matters. Segments and date ranges shape the question. All people last month is one question. People who started a quote on mobile in the last 30 days is a different question. Customers who contacted support within 7 days after quote start is more specific again. Segments help isolate the population you care about. Date ranges define the time window. When analysis feels confusing, simplify the segment and date range first, then build up. A useful workspace workflow looks like this. Start with the business question, build a simple table, add the right visualization, write the insight in plain language. For example, mobile customers start quotes at a high rate, but their completion rate is 20 points lower than desktop. Customers who contact support after quote start complete at an even lower rate. Next step, inspect mobile quote errors and support call reasons. That is an insight. It connects the pattern to a decision. Common mistakes are easy to avoid. Do not start by dragging every component into the project. Do not assume a metric means the same thing across data views. Do not compare segments before checking their definitions. Do not use a visualization to hide uncertainty in the data. Do not share a dashboard without an insight sentence. Workspace gives you tools. Analysis still requires judgment. The takeaway? In CJA, Workspace is where analysis happens, but the data view controls the component vocabulary. Start with a question. Use panels to organize reasoning. Use Freeform tables to inspect numbers. Use visualizations to communicate patterns. Use segments and date ranges to shape the population and time window. And always end with an insight that a business person can act on. In the next lesson, we will look at common CJA use cases.